kwenye booth. You're only loud, eh?
Very, very loud.
The boys are back.
Back
Premier
like
League.
we never left.
Game week 1 is over, done and dusted.
United. At least we were on the top for some minutes. It was lonely at the top until Saturday at 2.
Sasa mko number 5?
Number 5 ama number 6. But the positives need to go na positive goal difference.
Yeah. That's true.
So that's something that we can make us proud this season. Yeah.
Do you think you're going to maintain it there?
Hopefully.
Mnacheza nani this week?
Brighton. Na tunawanyorosha.
So we shall get there. First game of the weekend, first game of the Premier League season was United versus Fulham. We'll come predict 3-0.
3-1.
3-1. Hata mimi nilisema 3-1 na wewe. Mbona nilikusikiza?
But hiyo game tungeshinda 5 ama 6.
Which 5?
Bruno had two 1v1s that he missed.
Asema mngefunga 5 ama 6. Jupia Fulham wangefunga card 4 ama 5.
They didn't have.
Bro wangefunga card 4 ama 5.
They didn't have any clear-cut chance.
But they were missing the pass. They were missing the pass to the chance.
If we also count the pass we missed to the chance, your game ingesha bas 10.
Pana, out of those 5-6 you're saying kuna zingine zilikuwa tu za ovyo.
Zingine let me count for you. The Bruno is hizo za first half. Nini 1v1s na goalkeeper. Yenye alikuwa anatry ku act cute.
Hiyo ni sawa, hiyo nitakupea.
The Mount one, second half, ile Rashford alichenga wa players wawili. Ilikuwa pia 1v1. Hiyo ni 3-0, right? The Garnacho one, open goal. Hiyo ni 4-0. Alafu plus sasa boy.
Hizo ni bao 4 si 4-0. Juu pia Fulham walikuwa na chances hapo katikati. Na wangechukua zao.
They had two shots on target only.
They had 2 shots on target, yes. But what I'm saying is there were some chances yani ni counter alafu hiyo pass ya mwisho seleni unamkelea Maguire. The one Maguire intercepted. It was like a 4-on-1. It was like a 4-on-1. Alafu
I think that was more of a bad pass than a good defending.
No.
A clever player never makes that pass nyuma ya player and they make mbele. You know that the way KDB anafinya zake.
No, but what I realized about your team and your defenders is that they were not engaging early in terms of the counters and stuff. Case in point, Lisandro, Licha. So yote akiona tu nani anakam, akiona Adama Traore anakuja. The first time alikula yellow, akasema sifanyi kitu tena. Then he started like backing and then very late when your defenders have come and your midfielders have fallen back, they are engaged. And Maguire was doing the same. So the defending was good. So in as much as we're saying in that particular scenario, you might say that it's not a defending thing. I feel like vile walikuwa na defend game zima ilifanya Fulham wafikirie mara mbili during those scenarios. So that was just a culmination of how they defended earlier,
but
in my opinion.
I think it was a way to stop Adama because he was the danger man. Alafu umse, the only way you can stop him, it's either by fouling him. It's actually either by fouling him. Juu hakuna any other way.
It's actually either by fouling him.
Yeah, hakuna choice ingine. So the first time, I think ilikuwa the first 20 minutes, Fulham were the better side. Then after someone got injured, I think Munoz ama someone from Fulham, then Ten Hag called the team, akameka tweak kiasi. Then after that, we started now growing into the game. We started now possessing more. We started actually like that patience in the final third. Hakuna haja kurush passes. We at least created some 2 chances from Casemiro. Then I also loved our press. So those zilikuwa positives compared to last season when we faced them. A time like that, they had almost 17 shots.
Last time mlikuwa mna concede shots. Mlikuwa tu ka Lil Jon.
So this time we
shots.
Like averagely every 2 minutes we were conceding a shot.
Yeah.
Last season. That was crazy.
That's insane.
Very
insane. To start the year.
Yeah.
2023, January, February.
2024,
sorry. Start not the season, but the year. Starting this year, mlikuwa mna concede. Yeah, but Zagzi comes off the bench, scores the winning goal. 007 imeenda hivyo.
As in, I thought McTominay is the one who scored actually that goal.
So ulikuwa unasema hivyo kwa live. Tukiwa live. By the way, wase suko live TikTok. So come join us whenever there's a game.
And YouTube also.
And YouTube.
So that attack ilianzishwa na Bruno, right? I think it's one of the few instances where he makes the right decisions. Juu alikuwa anataka kupass Rashford. Rashford alikuwa make run in behind. Then hapa sasa ndio nasema like IQ ya Zaxi ndio ilitupea ubao. Juu he knew that venye ama drop so deep kuna defender mwenye atakuwa skeptical about kumfuata.
Yeah.
Then hiyo space yenye watakuwa wameacha Rashford atamake run na Garnacho atamake run. So mostly wote wataendea attackers wa make run, then he was left with acres of space in the midfield.
But Rashford, bro, we need to talk about Rashford. That boy is really low on confidence.
He'll come off good.
It's actually like you can only wish the best for him. You know, at the end of the day, like just seeing someone struggle like that. I mean, obviously, there's people. Okay,
who enjoy.
We enjoy when they're not doing well. But
True.
Just as a sports fan and a football fan, and having been in scenarios like that where, hey, you're going through it, yani, you are going through kabisa. You just have to keep your head down and hope the manager believes in you now.
And the fans. Because they have one of the most toxic fan bases ever.
So it's up to him to just, hey, yes, bro.
But I feel like he needs a goal.
No, he needs consistent. You know that thing of, remember the last time, that season where he shone before you guys paid him?
Yeah.
He just went like a goal, assist, goal, assist. Like every other game or every game,
building up.
uko tu na kitu una produce, una cheki. That thing, that's how you develop confidence at the end of the day. But hii imefika point hata shot on target hakuna. Unamkelea amekat back na anaenda kuchapa ile Henry anaenda kuchapa kwa kona alafu inaenda tu ikasema tu we. Because even Nani did the same thing. Kai Havertz. Hey. But then Havertz was on his weaker foot. You can say that.
Sasa si ndo nasema kitu yenye li kickstart confidence ya Havertz ni that first penalty that you guys gave him.
But you see, he was also being played.
Yes, like, also Rashford will be playing.
No, the thing with the difference between Kai and Rashford, I feel, is that Kai, even when he was not scoring, he had a work rate. He was running in positions. He was doing that thing of running into channels, which creates space for others. Rashford, it looks like it has affected his entire confidence. Like, do you think he was doing the same things? Like, he's running. Like, I can't tell you one amazing run Rashford made to create space for someone else.
He actually tracked back in the first half when Adama was annihilating.
I remember that part,
Yeah, that I gave him props because last season, hangefanya shit kayo, angetembea.
So there were times, actually, going forward attacking, he wasn't making those runs. That one, I can't even remember even one. But going back, after Adama Manza caused problems, he was the one who was tracking back on that wing.
But I think there's also a tweak in how we are supposed to play. Juu last season, before Manu ingeshika game, as in ball, wanapea Bruno, then Bruno will make that pass to Rashford in behind. So, to realize that hiyo ni give the ball away. Juu 9 out of 10 times, hiyo pass ikuangi accurate ama hatuwezi fikia ball. So, tunapata ball, temi anja tunafaa kupossess, give it away. Na Rashford is a player who anapenda explore hizo spaces in behind. Yeah, so I think the more we stay with the ball, the lesser he becomes involved.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's also the reason why. But going forward, versus Brighton, I think he'll score. And yeah, he'll have a good season.
So leo hatuna producer. Leo Kina ndio producer, ndio host, ndio kila kitu.
Mwenyewe.
Tunaingia next topic. Tuambie. Bado tuko previews.
But
we have to touch up on as many teams as possible.
The second game was the early kickoff one.
Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool versus Ipswich. Who shocked me in the first half.
Who Ipswich?
Yeah,
but it's confidence.
Like everyone expected them, hiyo game venye wanaenda wachapwe 5.
But even though, promoted sides wakianza at home. Kwanza Ipswich, when was the last time they were in the Premier League?
Around 2002 or 19.
Like
the 19th.
Yeah, like. And
their last game they lost to Liverpool 5-0.
For me, I always expect Biniki game mnacheza home against, like you're playing away against a promoted team. Na joto asota kuja tu na psych. You didn't think that was going, like you didn't expect it?
What I expected ni nani kukaa compact.
Slot.
Makena. Juu hiyo ndio style yake. Hivyo ndio walikuwa wanafanya na Ole. So chenye nilikuwa na expect ni haitakuwa a high scoring game, but Liverpool itadominate on almost every aspect. From the first minute to the last minute.
Unasema hauku expect high scoring na wewe ulivyo. What uleka scoreline ya sijui 5-0.
Zini biko. Mimi nilisema itaisha 3-1.
mi nilisema sijui 4-0. Okay.
The sun is out, sijui the summer is ending.
Si ndio hiyo, but uliona Salah alifunga. Salah ni malza FPL yetu.
But wangefunga hizo bao if only Luis Diaz was clinical enough. Juu the first half walikuwa ambushed venye Ipswich ilikuwa na press. Ikawazuia ku play from the back, alafu they had to go long. Na mtu mwenye wana go long for ni Jota mwenye anatoshana Samiro. He's so short. ni mfupi. So na they had defenders akina Twanzibi walikuwa na mbuli. So I think in the second half Liverpool tweaked something. Wakalao nani Trent akuje midfield. Alafu anaweza make hizo passes, then Salah pia akaambiwa kuje naro. So Ipswich wakachanganyikiwa kiasi, but after walifungwa 2-0 they tried to score one.
Waliwakujia they peppered the goal. Peppered.
Yeah, but
Jota had a very amazing miss as well.
Yeah. Actually two.
Yeah.
In the first half and in the second half the header.
But that's what confidence is. Like regardless of that, he just came back and scored.
But
it wasn't
hiyo bao alifunga cha miss ningeweza funga.
It wasn't hard, but still.
Alafu do you think Darwin plays for that team?
Yeah, at some point.
Where? How?
Because I feel like, first of all, Jota has right now, he has a track record of not being fit. So which already means you then can't expect him at all of a sudden, oh bro, just 38 games, no bado uko champions. You wako champions sahi, and they want Naife, and you want to play at the highest level. So there's a space there. It's that left wing is the one that I don't know who's going to start. Because Diaz doesn't look like someone who'll get injured. Cody Gakpo was probably in team of the tournament at the Euros.
The Euros.
He's Dutch as well.
And he came on and actually looked very sharp. But za kulala, so you never assume the defenders were tired.
So they have to do some very serious rotation there, or else you play him in one of the 10 and the 8 position.
Alafu pia something I loved about Arne Slot ni he gave at least everyone a chance.
Yeah. Even Trent came off early, Bradley akaingia, Tsimikas came on.
Pia ameamua kwenda na the another problem I realized with Liverpool ni their midfield. Ameamua kutumia Gravenberch ka 6.
Bro,
like single pivot.
I mean, niliwaambia the last time, his system requires a single pivot because you're two midfielders, so they play really wide. So your two midfielders, your 8 and 10 are literally running. They're running through those channels between the wingers and the striker on either side. So they need that. But Endo can't do that job by himself. And a 6 of that nature, Lasmukwe, you have to be proactive. You can't be a guy who loses possession. Endo is not press resistant in as much as Chiari and those people don't tell you that Endo is the next best thing. That guy is not press resistant. If you look at how teams were pressuring him, case in point, Crystal Palace last year, both games, they were just targeting him. For heavy touch, they just target him every single time. So that is why they really wanted to be Mendy. Because Mendy can do that role very well.
I mean, Rodri.
Very well, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, and they're going to have the ball most of the time. So you don't expect that 6 to defend a lot, yeah? So I think Gravenberch gives you a better option. Aqua more athletic, he's taller, so high balls he can, so, yeah.
But shida sasa ni kama yeye ni kama Jota. He's not reliable. His track record for injury. Like anacheza game 10 missed 20.
Sina kama ndo sasa Endo anaingilia. So Endo is not your starting, he'll come off because they refused to sell him. Remember someone bid for him and then they refused to sell.
But when they face teams like Arsenal, City, Newcastle, watu wenye wako na bodies in midfield.
Uko ni kunoma.
So watalemewa.
Uko ni kunoma. Uko lazima you have to change. Those are the times when you adapt. When you play 3 DMFs like Enzo Maresca.
Crazy. Talking of Enzo Maresca, the 5 p.m. game, we had Arsenal face Wolves. I think the game went as everyone expected.
Yeah.
But that guy, what's the name of that guy? The Ecuadorian. Mosquera. Hey!
Mosquera.
I wonder what Mosquera was trying to do.
Umse bana. Alafu ile yenye nanyonga Havertz,
Like alikuwa anataka kumweka bare then akakumbuka acheza game.
Alianguka na Havertz bro.
Like alikuwa shamnyanganya ball.
Yeah.
I think he'll be like Fellaini. He came this season.
Did he? I feel like he came. Who did he play for before?
I don't know, but he came this season. I think venye Fellaini alikujanga Premier League pia yeye alikuanga na hiyo disciplinary issues. He was messing a lot with players. Then akapewa ban, red cards hizo. Alafu ndio akarudi form. So I feel the same for that guy.
Muskera mazi. Alafu Jesus ndo alipewa yellow card kwa hiyo nini.
For reacting.
So yeah, hiyo game Havertz scored obviously. Saka assist
And
from
scored.
the cross and Saka scored. I feel like the keeper could have done well, but I wasn't complaining because this weekend, if there's anything we've been taught, everyone looked tired, everyone looked rusty, everyone looked crumbs everywhere. Like it was just, it was. You could tell people it was almost like a preseason game. Because also preseason is now shorter because of Olympics and Euros. Like, these footballers are going through a lot. That's why they ended up suing FIFA
And Copa America.
and Copa America.
Same time.
Wase wanateseka. But yeah, I think Arsenal versus Wolves went as planned. Nothing really to write home about. Saliba gave away 3 big opportunities.
In the second half.
Yeah.
There's a period in the game, the second half, when Wolves really had their A game on.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to equalize.
Yeah.
Then Saka killed their dreams.
Yeah, Saka was solid. And also it coincided with when Timber came on. Because Timber came on and Zinchenko went off and we regained that control.
I actually never knew Timber was a good dribbler.
That boy is bad news, bro.
Kuna kitu alifanya huko kwa box. Who's this?
And now imagine he came on as a left back on Patoko on the right wing. That's the versatility that everyone is trying to go for now. I guess that's why you guys are also trying to sign Ugarte. Because the guy can do everything. Yeah, so that was Arsenal versus Wolves.
Yeah, everyone expected you guys to win and also keep a clean sheet. So nothing much to talk about. Alafu next we had Aston Villa face West Ham.
Yeah. Like in as much as the problem about teams signing new players, you really, really want to see them play, but then you also realize these guys they actually need time to gel. They actually need time to adjust, to adapt to the country. Nini. Those guys didn't even play together. Some of them have not even played football because they're in Copa, whatever. So yeah, but Aston Villa came strong. They did well. First goal for Amadou. I was about to say Andrew. Hey, angetukujia hapa.
Andrew is not my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I watched his interview today. It was so interesting.
When he was called Andre.
Yeah, no, so he was doing an interview with Premier League today. And he was talking about just that day what happened in Nini. Do you know he's a rapper?
Yeah.
And he has an album.
An album?
Yeah, no, he has a single. He's about to release an album.
But he raps in French. That's the problem. I listened to that song.
The guy speaks many languages. See, he speaks French, English, some Senegalese language, not exactly Lingala, Dutch, and I forget the 5th one.
Maybe it can be Swahili. Look up.
And he said he can, whenever he speaks that language, his accent switches with that language. So kama ni French, anaanza kuongea na aka French accent, akaenda Dutch, anaongea na Dutch accent.
Yeah, but hiyo game walianza fiti juu when you are ukiwa away, the only way to shut the fans in the first 10 minutes is to score.
You score quickly.
Wanyamaze. Alafu mafans wa nini nikaa pia wali give up on the team.
But West Ham, West Ham surprised me. That team is so big. How are they still conceding in the first 5 minutes like a set piece?
But Onana is so big also.
No, but the team is huge.
I think the Aston Villa have a smarter way of taking their set pieces.
Who's the smallest person in the West Ham team? Bowen, maybe. Sufal is still stocky. Yeah, okay. In terms of height, yes.
In terms of that goal.
But for a right back, he's still big for a right back.
Yeah, but in terms of that goal, he was the one who was targeted. Because they isolated Sufal with... They thought... the Killman was marking Onana, but Onana kasonga akaenda kwa Sufal before hiyo kona ichapwe.
Who kicked the corner?
Telemans.
Oh yeah, Yuri. It was a Yuri assist.
Precision.
Yeah, and then West Ham equalized.
Yeah, then the game... Pena.
Lucas Paqueta.
Then the game went... ilikuwa tu hivi until the Duran came on.
Duran song. That boy he's
sharp.
I feel like the one thing I'll appreciate about Emery is that he actually likes developing players. Yeah. So when Duran started last season, you could just tell the guy is raw. Like he's still... And under Gerrard, I didn't see any hope. See, Gerrard left last year.
Yeah.
Beginning of last season, I was like, like this kid is going to be sold quickly. This guy is going to try and sign like an old head to be the second player. But when Emery came, amempatia confidence, advantage of my conference league pia ndio hiyo, you can play the guy, or Europa League, I can't remember where they were. The guy can play, get minutes. He scored crucial goals as well. I think this is his second winner in his Aston Villa career, or third, I can't remember. But
even last season when they were losing 3-1 versus Liverpool, he came
that one. So the winner and that one that led to the draw, yeah. So he's gaining confidence slowly. And if he balls this season, he's definitely not staying.
Actually saw that he went on live and he thought he was signing for West Ham.
Yes, it was West Ham, I remember.
Yeah, then he did this.
He even did that.
Yeah, that's why when he scored, he apologized for that.
Atafanya.
Yeah,
but I think for West Ham, itabidi tu tungoje tu kiasi tuone sasa pali.
But the mistake they made ni kuleta our subs very late into the game. Alafu the fact that these guys, hiyo ndio niliona wajacheza pamoja. Juu, tell me why they are trailing 2-1. Ni dakika 90 wameongeza sijui 7 minutes ama 8. Then Todibo akona ball, hana any urgency ever ya hadi mafans walikuwa anamshautia apure. And it's like, bro, relax. You're coached differently. Anasonga naye anataka kumake a simple pass. Then I think it will take time, but when they gel itakuwa fiti. Also Fulkrug angekuja on mapema. Alafu Somerville also
lakini bro Antonio Miss Jones
ni Fred striker ma Fred. Fred of strikers.
Fred striker.
Ni patikani hiyo. Fred striker.
I feel like kuna Chelsea, Man City.
Yo was on
hapo tunaingia next. Akuona sawa, yeah. That's the next big one.
City, yeah. What can you say about Chelsea? Chelsea.
No surprises.
Chelsea.
Even though there were moments, I know I said before the game that I feel like Chelsea are going to have moments. They didn't have moments. But the thing is, when I talk to people, even Chelsea fans, between that game and now, so many Chelsea fans, okay, not many, but there's a significant amount of Chelsea fans. Hata wenye wametukuja hapa kwa comment section, ati hatujui kitu tunaongelelea. After game, wamenyamaza. Wengine wanasema, tulicheza poa. Wengine wanasema, hapa mimi sioni hope. Like, it's so divided. Like, even the fans are just divided. You know the times when you see your team has played well and you lost.
Yeah.
All the fans agree, so we played well and we lost. Or you played well and you won. Yeah. Or you played badly and still won. All the fans agree. But then with Chelsea fans, others are saying they played well. Others are saying they didn't play well. I'm only talking about this past week. I'm not talking about it. This is how Chelsea fans normally are. So that already I was just like, guys, you guys played 100%. Man City did not even get to 40%.
They didn't even have their key players.
They didn't have their key players. They were just strolling. These guys were passing. There was a time wamepass ball mbele ya post yao alafu wakapass tena twice. Ball inapita tu mbele ya post na unaangalia tu hivi. Mnajaribu kupress, ampress na maana, ampress na urgency. Enzo anacheza 10, I make sense. Technically they played with 3 DMFs. Lavia, why is Lavia starting? Like, why is Lavia starting? I understand he's a good player, but the guy has not been fit. You've been playing the whole of preseason with these other guys, like Caicedo, and they played, but you've been playing a certain way. All of a sudden, you want to switch everything in the first game of the season. Anyway, he knows what he's doing.
I actually had a lot of questions from that game. The first one is Neto. In as much as Neto can play in any position huko kwa front three, best position yake ni right wing. Right? Na kwa right wing, hapo ndio kuna Chelsea, arguably the best player wa Chelsea, anacheza hapo, Cole Palmer. Right? So that pushes Neto to left wing.
But
na kama as a left winger, unless you are Sane, it's so hard for you to score from that position. Juu Neto ana rely heavily on his left foot. So kama when you left winger, maybe the only way you can score is by the right winger having those crosses uko kwa back post. Your right winger, Nicole Palmer, ana operate kwa channels na most likely attack in a shoot.
Yeah.
So ball haiko more likely kukufikia. The only thing you can do is assist. Then you have Nkunku, who has never played as a winger, in as much as so he can take on players. Nkunku si winger. Nkunku anaweza cheza kama 10 ama second striker basically. Hii game alikuwa anacheza kama winger. like he did nothing hadi he came off kwa dakika 65 ama kitu hiyo. Then
which is wild because after pre-season now he was playing as a midfielder, that advanced midfielder.
Then we had Caicedo, Enzo and Lavia playing together. Like that can never work.
No, umeka Enzo 10.
Umeka
Na yeye
Enzo
ndio
10,
captain.
na yeye ndio captain. As in, it can never work. So I think kitu yenye anaogopa ni he has to sacrifice one of Enzo and Caicedo.
Enzo is not being sacrificed. Caicedo is not being sacrificed.
Sasa basi-
Because they cost 100 million. At this point, it's very clear. It's the owners who are telling him, yo, these are our biggest assets. They must play.
They must play.
Like, there's no... How else do you explain it? It doesn't make sense. Because you as our coach, out of those 3 players, I can only play one.
Yeah.
I'm not playing Enzo, Nani. I'd rather play one and then play with Nkunku and Dewsbury Hall, right? Why am I playing with even 2 of them?
Actually,
let
why-
alone 3.
Why did he even sign KDH?
Yeah.
Do you have Chukwemeka there who can play there? You have Enzo who can also try and play as a 8. But say unamtumia ka 10. Then you have Jackson who I thought, okay, maybe the season was...
Goja.
Oh yeah, Jackson. Oh yeah, Jackson.
Nick Jackson.
Oh yeah, Jackson.
Yani bro,
Ata,
how are we not footballers?
I don't know.
After you watch Jackson, how are we not footballers?
Maybe ni juu Kenya iko mbali from UK.
Tungekuwa
Tungekuwa footballers.
starting striker wa Chelsea.
Like bro, how can you be that bad? As in hakuna kitu moja yenye naweza single out niseme okay, Jackson is not a good goal scorer, but linking up the play, ama doing this, ama doing that, ama dropping sijui whatever, ako perfect. Kama excuse yenye unaweza make for Gabriel Jesus. Afungi but he can do other works vizuri. Jackson, surely.
Nick Jackson.
Like it's so hard that even Enzo Maresca thought natoa Nkunku first before nitoe Jackson.
Can I ask a stupid question? Would Lukaku be a better striker for this Chelsea
He
team?
will. 100%. Absolutely. Like, absolutely. Absolutely.
100%. Absolutely 100%.
Absolutely.
Absolutely 100%.
Lukaku starts for that team. Like, do you know how bad you have to be? Umetumia 2 billion, but you still need a goalkeeper, a centre back, a midfielder.
See, they
and
said a
striker.
goalkeeper.
They have like 7, but 8. Actually, the same thing you said about Sanchez having an error in him. Kuna kitu second half, sijui he passed KDB.
He passed?
KDB.
Oh, passed to him.
Yeah, akampea
He
tu
did.
pasi
He
hivi.
did. He
Alafu
did.
KDB akasika hiyo ball.
Yeah.
Like, Chelsea uko na shida mingi, guy.
Shida ni mob.
You've spent 2 billion but still need a
Shida ni
spine.
mob. What's funny is that team, and I at the beginning of the season, I know we're still like at the beginning. Before the season started, I said they probably the only places I can say Chelsea are stronger than anyone, probably in world football, is in their wing backs.
Yeah, true.
If all wing backs are fit, which rarely happens, even if Reece James is half fit and he stays on the bench, you have Reece James and you have Malo Gusto on one wing. Then you have Ben Chilwell and Kukurea.
And Viega, someone.
And Vega that you've bought. So like that combination of that 5, that is probably the best you'll see in world football, right? That one you keep it intact. I mean, Chilwell might be sold, but still, then Vega comes up. That's fine. Kukurea is going to be the best left back in the league, in my opinion. But in other places, midfield, like you have the talent, you've spent money on the talent, but they just don't mesh. It's like you've bought. It's like I saw this
profiles.
example. Who was it? This guy who comes on ESPN FC. He said like it's like being in an orchestra and you only have guitars. Like
true.
Everyone is a guitar. Yeah. Like you need a guitar, you need a violin here, you need a piano,
saxophone,
right?
to bring out that
You
harmony.
need to ya guitar tu, ni guitar tu tano tu. Kila kitu ni guitar.
The guitar, kuna kitu different. They all offer the same thing.
Yeah.
Awase wako na shida mingi, guy.
Na Sterling ndio yeye anatolewa. So Sterling
He's being
ameanda
forced
kutolewa.
out.
Who else is being forced out?
Chilwell, Lukaku,
So we have
even Disasi who they signed last season.
can you introduce this small clip that we have of Enzo Maresca? He was talking about
Sterling and other players who are not in his plans.
Yeah, and how they should find a new club, basically.
Raheem and Ben, will they be training? They're not in the squad for this game. Will they be training with the rest of the players later on?
They are, in this moment, they are training apart. As I said already the other day, the situation with both of them is quite clear, and there is not any update on the situation.
So we can read into that their days at Chelsea are over.
Say again, sorry?
Their days at Chelsea are over, both players.
No, because they are Chelsea player. Until they are Chelsea player, they're gonna be Chelsea player. But I said the other day, we have a big squad, and for me it's impossible to give all of them minutes. So some of them, if they are looking for minutes, probably it's better to leave. And in case they don't leave, they have a contract here and they are Chelsea player. Ian?
So yeah,
You have your manager, a manager who came in 2 months. Like, what happened to manager giving players? Because ingekuwa amekaa Chelsea for a season, we'd argue that, okay, he has right to kick off players because they haven't performed in his system or whatever he wants to do. But unapata manager amekaa for Chelsea for 1 month, right? Hajacheza na our players in competitive games. He doesn't know what they offer. Alafu ashawafukuza already.
okay. Me, I agree with Enzo in this case.
How?
I agree with him because from what we are seeing, these are not decisions that are up to him. These people put a collection of players who don't fit. He has to get rid of some. It's just obvious. Like some of them have to go. And unajua vile unasema ati ni manager unakaa unapatia tu chance. If you have a squad of 25 and let's use United as an example. You have a squad of 25. You know very well Maguire doesn't fit the system, right? But on the occasion that Lenioro is injured or Lisandro is injured, you know you can play him there. He can hold for at least 3-4 games, and then maybe January transfer window, his value kind of goes up and you sell him, right? Yeah. In Chelsea's case, if Sterling does not fit your style of play, there's literally 4 other players I can play.
5 wingers.
5 I can play before I even think of you. So why am I going to lie to you and tell you, just stay on the bench? Because first of all these issues have been caused by the ownership. Unaona vile na cause disharmony, hakuna harmony kwa squad, wasawa na jam. Sterling amepatiana ile nini alitoa before game. Ile nini alitoa before game. Inaitwaje? His PR team did that statement before the game. It's leading to problems that could be avoided if the squad was smaller. Even if you have people who you don't need in a small squad, you'll find ways to play them here and there, at least get their confidence up. And they might help you never know. In this case, akuna bro. Akuna time. Akuna space utacheza. Akuna. I can only take 20 players to a Premier League game. 22 players are sitting at home. Not even on the bench, at home. Because once you make a technical bench, always toshapo kwa bench.
Alafu shida ni, they have 8 years on the contract.
So the 8 years kind of protects them as well. It kind of protects, it gives players security. Because at least I'm being paid for 8 years, regardless of where I go. But it also, the one thing Chelsea are doing, this is one thing that people are overlooking. Chelsea, even though they're signing players for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years in the case, 11, how many is it? 12? 11, yeah, Cole Palmer.
Early 2034.
Or 10 years. Yeah. So in as much as they're signing long contracts, they're on lower wages. If you compare their average wage of the Premier League, I think it's 72,000. For Chelsea, is between 60 and 68 or something like that. So they're giving contracts that are less than the average Premier League contract. Okay. And you see, we're talking about average Premier League. Unatoa, sasa umetoa, hiyo 60 to 70, it's very few players who will be getting 60 to 70 in the top 6.
Yeah.
We're looking at literally wage structure ya Chelsea inatosha zaki na Fulham na nini. Like, no average wage, not total wage. But the fact that they are 40-something, it will still get bloated. Right now, the way teams suffer in terms of finances is wages. If they find a way to reduce wages, then you're in a better place. That is how we ended up getting to where we are at, because they found that it's actually cheaper and easier to terminate Mesut Ozil's contract, pay him and leave, than keep him and keep paying him and he's not performing, So that's what Chelsea have done. So it's also very unfair to judge Chelsea, which I think people we actually need. We as educated football fans, it's unfair to judge Chelsea until the transfer market closes. We know, okay, it's
still have
obvious.
time to sell,
It's already caused disharmony with 42 players. But what if this week they sell 10 players? They're very capable of doing it.
Actually, they have a list of almost 9.
See, Maraska said 20 of them are training alone. 18 of them.
Yeah.
19. 18, between 18 and 20 of them are training alone.
Alone,
Yeah. And all those guys, you can't tell me no one wants them. Right now, think about it. I'll even just start with my team because that's the one that I can remember holds. If we sell Kivior, we don't have a sub right centre back. What if Chaloba comes for a 1-year loan?
Yeah.
You know, who else? Noni Madueke can enter into any team in the Premier League apart from Man City. Any team.
He can even play for Man City.
He can even play for Man City. So
No,
Man City and
that's-
Arsenal will come out as a sub because he'll be sub to Savinho or Foden and Saka, right? So he can fit in any squad. Madueke is someone any squad can want him. Who else? Disasi, I'm hearing Nani want him. Crystal Palace. Because Crystal Palace are also on the verge of being
Selling
depleted.
Gehi.
Both of them, even Anderson. Anderson has gone.
Yeah,
Or he's
to
going.
Fulham, yeah.
So they have very valuable players, 23, 24, 25-year-olds that everyone would need. So if Chelsea decide, if right now, let's say between now and
Chilwell, United need
even a left back, even though he's injury prone, if you get him on a loan deal or something, like it helps you. It's almost like mlichukua nani loan,
Reguilon.
yeah. Something like that. So I feel like they're very valuable pieces. So it's also very unfair to judge them until that transfer
But
market
the
closes.
problem is how they are treating their players. Okay, unaweza sijui venye unaweza justify like you guys now are tired of Saka, a player who's seen rise up through the ranks as a hell.
Okay, but why do you say that? Who's been treated badly?
See Chaloba.
Okay, that one. Okay, I'll give you. Okay, sorry, I'll give you that one.
Sterling,
Sterling, they did differently
Gallagher.
because Enzo says that Enzo Maresca. Enzo said that he spoke to him before the game. He told him very clearly, this. It's going to be hard to get minutes in this squad, and even publicly in the media, he's not hiding. So at least he's consistent with regards to Sterling. Yeah, Chaloba, I agree. Chaloba is.
Even Gallagher was pushed out. I saw yesterday he was presented to the fans and he looked very happy.
Gallagher may feel like that was more of disrespect than even being, because why would you? He was your captain,
Yeah,
right?
club
Rhys
captain.
James was injured.
Yeah.
No, club captain was Rhys James, but he was your vice. But he captained you through the hardest times. When no one wants to go and talk to the media,
stepped
we spoke
up.
about this. He stepped up. Why would you offer him a 2-year contract? And then you give Palmer, literally the same week he's been given, it was a 2-year extension, but it's adding to his 8 years. So that's a 10-year deal. You find these other guys being given 7, 8-year deals and the 23-year-olds. This guy was your leader through thick and thin. And then you offer him a 2-year contract. Yo ni madharau.
Alafu walikuwa wanataka kusign Omro whatever from
Omorea.
yeah. The deal collapsed. Tell me why they are going for Felix, who's not an out-and-out striker, and they still want a striker.
Felix they need a deal to make the Nani deal go through.
Gallagher.
It was to make the Gallagher deal go through.
Because I feel in 2 years, Felix atakuwa on loan either City, Arsenal, United.
Because technically, Atletico did. If you think about how many people they've signed, how much money they've spent, they didn't have money to buy Gallagher. So, literally, by selling Joao to them, they had money to
Buy
buy Gallagher. Then Gallagher for Chelsea is complete profit because he's
Academic graduate.
academic graduate. But Atleti have done business. You know, today I realized they signed Soloth.
Yeah, and he scored against his team on Saturday.
Hey, that team is dangerous.
I actually realized also Pepe went to Villarreal.
Which Pepe?
Pepe,
Oh, Pepe, yeah, he
yeah,
did.
Pepe.
So they've signed Lenoma, they've signed Alvarez, Conor Gallagher, and Soloth. That's a lot of money. Obviously, Alvarez is the most, but it's still a big outlay. That's over 120 million.
And they've sold only Felix.
Only Felix. So they needed that money. They actually needed that money to make the deal go through.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, Chelsea, I feel like it's unajua zile time wasata kwa chuo na study the business of sport. This will be like a case in point in
Yeah,
history.
true.
It'll be like this is why people never used to do this. And the one time they did it, where they signed people on massive contracts, this is why it worked or why it didn't work. Because right now we don't know if it's going to work.
This
Honestly,
what happened.
Time will tell if this thing actually works or not.
I think that's what Chelsea fans are not getting. Wanadhani tunatusi timu yao tunawachekelea na performance and what not. But we are actually looking into this, the way you guys are treating players, contracts zenye mna offer, what it means to the future of football kwa Premier League. Juu sahi kuna player mwenye sahi Chelsea contract yake inaenda kuisha, right? Kama is a good player, alafu mna negotiate, amwezi mpea less than 5 years. Juu ukiangalia wengine wamepewa 8, 9.
Yeah. So right now awezi sign mtu useme ati 3 year contract. Watakuangalia useme umecheese.
So like you need to find a way that works for you and also keeps the players happy and also you fans, because nimeona wengi hata mnauliza Felix atacheza wapi.
I think you know what, Felix is something different to what they have though.
Yeah, true.
That one we can give them.
The versatility brings.
Yeah.
But still, where can he play?
I don't know.
Kwenye unaweza bado tumia your kwenye unaweza make sure Palma bado anacheza.
Alafu unajua kitu Maresca alisema. Si alisema ati Palma is a 10.
Yeah.
He sees Palma more of a 10 than anything. So that's now it's even more confusing. I'm like, you say he's a 10 but you're starting him on the wing. You're moving him further away from his dangerous positions. You're not putting him...
So if he's a 10, that means you have to play with 2 midfielders. So you'll bench
But then the
one
2
of...
midfielders, it means you have to bench.
You'll bench one of Enzo, Caicedo and Lavia, right? And KDH, who you signed as... Like hiyo ndo nasema hiyo ndio signing yake. Then you have to bring on another winger. So tuseme umetumia Neto hapo. So you have to find a Nkunku, a position where he can perform.
Bro, I don't know.
You also have
Hey.
I thought Gui was going for Nini.
You should never end alone.
I don't know what happened. Juu alikuwa ndio club yao yenye ko France.
Anacheza position gani?
Striker. He's a striker signed from Barcelona.
He's better than Jackson, bro.
So pia yeye anafaa kucheza, right?
Anything is better than Jackson at this point. Anyway, that is the state of Chelsea. I feel like every day we'll be talking about Chelsea. But guys, we are trying to understand what is happening at Chelsea, because this is going to affect football as a whole. Not even just Premier League, football as a whole. The way the business is being conducted, an owner like this that you've never seen, like, it's going to affect in every way.
To make it easier for you guys, you see, last season, this loophole that they said Chelsea found of signing a player, then amortizing. The way it has affected United sahi, all our signings, tumefanya hivyo. Tunakusign for 5 years, hizo 5 years ndio tunalipa hiyo nini yako. Unlike before tungelipa, tuseme kama umesainiwa 50, tunalipa 50 immediately. Sahi tunalipa kwa hiyo inakava hizo 5 years. So
5 years. So kama ni 50 million in 10 million a year.
Kama nani Zaxi tunalipa 13, huyu Mazarui yake ya 13 tunalipa in 3 years. So that's averagely 4.
So it's something, it's not that Chelsea are the first ones to do it. Many teams did it. It's just that Chelsea did it to an extreme. Yeah. They do like 8 years amortized. Like, that is unheard of.
Crazy. Anyway, so we go to the next topic, standout performers. I think after we've watched the first game week, kulikuwa na players wenye walibamba ama team yenye libamba. Na tukianzia game week 1 for United, we've picked Zaxi, Casemiro and Mazarui.
Yeah.
Who can you add in that list?
Mazrui did well, actually. Just no precision, no nothing. Just one training session.
Yeah.
And I'm in the squad.
Akaingia kacook.
Yeah, shout out to Mazrui.
Then for the West Ham game, I think Onana.
Yeah, Onana is a good one.
Onana did well.
To answer your other question, I don't know. I don't think you can add anyone there.
For Fulham.
In that game, that's Fulham.
In as much as we can't...
Maybe Leno.
Yeah, Leno actually
made
good saves.
Yeah.
Now, I thought this guy they sent from your team, Smith Rowe, I thought it caused us problems, but okay, maybe ni match fitness, hajacheza sana, but he'll come off good.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so for the Villa game, we just picked Onana. Other than scoring, he also played, I think, well. Alafu for City game, Savio.
Hey, that boy was just... Kuna ile run alikuwa nao kwa wing. Every single person who came, ilikuwa hiyo wing mzima mpaka Kukurea
wote kwanza alianza na yeye,
alafu Kukurea kuna ingine Kukurea yani alikuwa he defended well and then akasema sawa, even if you don't defend now I'll teach you. The next 2 dribbles just chwa out, he's gone. And then the thing is he has the speed of
Mahrez.
he has the speed
and close control.
He's like Doku with more control. But Doku is faster. Like, let's not take away anything from Doku. But that's the thing City didn't have. Aquana wingers who can just attack you. You can't be like okay, let's just go wingers and we attack you. They were playing false. The wingers were false, all of them. It was Bernardo and Foden and Grealish is also cutting back. Everyone is cutting back. Now it's like,
they have direct wingers.
Yeah, Savio was dope.
Also, Kovacic played well.
Yeah, Kovacic.
I think he was man of the match, right?
Man of the match.
Yeah, he played well.
That one clip of him passing his goal when he passed 100 million,
50 million.
50 million and scored past 25. Yeah?
That was crazy. But at least I'll respect how to celebrate. Then for the Ipswich game, I think Salah was the standard player.
Yeah.
He assisted, he scored.
Yeah.
He had a good game in the overall. Alafu game ya Brighton, Minte.
Sijui tukutafutia gani. Minte.
Wengi watakuja radio zao.
That will be for Saturday.
Watu FPL tuteka Minte. Minte was good.
But will he play on Saturday? Because he had
concussion. I think concussion minimum will be 10 days. Depending on what concussion he got. So 10 days. If it's a full concussion, that's 10 days, which means he's going to be out for 2 weeks. But then they'll probably now put him on the bench for next week. But then there's international break after that. So you might as well just bench him for these 2 weeks. Then there's an extra 3rd week. Then he comes back after a month, basically. So it depends on how severe it is. It depends on how severe it
they
was.
took him off. Alipigwa na magoti alafu akapiga ground.
No, that
was
it looked bad, yeah.
Alikuwa anakimbisha watu wa Everton.
Bana. Sasa na wewe alafu uko na Kauru Mitoma.
Both wings.
Adingra ndio huyo bado hajaingia bado kwa bench.
Alafu tena akaingia alafu aka-assist 2. Then
Welbeck.
Yeah, also Welbeck.
Welbeck had a good game.
Yeah.
A very good game.
Alafu sasa on Monday, no Vardy, no party.
Vardy is back in the Premier League.
Never left.
Hey, I'm telling you, I feel like when we're doing the live and he scored, it's like, you know, Vardy is like the streets will never forget type of player.
Yeah, true.
If he talked smack about your team, you'll feel bad. You'll hate him, like the way he did there. Like Leicester won 1 Premier League.
I saw someone say Vardy is the Mbappe of Mopes.
Dead.
Vardy is the Mbappe
No.
of Mopes.
Vardy was good. And then who assisted that goal?
Not Mavidi.
Fatahu. Yeah. That Leicester team, going forward, they look sharp. That's a team that's going to hit on the counter, but they concede chances.
They have actually to wanafaa wanzishe Mavididi.
Kwanza move out fast. Broom said a change.
Yena Vestgard.
Sort of concede my chances.
Mingi sana. They'll concede a lot of goals. So usiye ka defender wao.
Hiyo ni uongo.
Kama FPL.
So ni hao ni ma standard performance.
So next ni players we think teams need ama signings teams zinaweza sign nani before the transfer ends.
I feel like you guys definitely need a DMF. Like that's just a given. You need that Ugarte would be a dope signing.
So the deal
I feel like
close.
he'd really unlock Maino.
Yeah, definitely. Even Carragher said the same. We've been saying, Casemiro needs a partner, but now we think it's Maino who needs a partner. Alafu the fact that Ugarte can play as a 6 and as a 8. Alafu yeye ni kama a white Kante. A mobile CDM. Crazy. Kante. Ugarte the white Kante. Alafu who do you think Liverpool will sign? Because their managers...
Liverpool did a whole... They need signings. They need a 6. They missed on Zubimendi after saying... First of all, Liverpool fans, you need to be ashamed. I'm talking about you, Eric Njiru. Eric was
and
really
Chiare.
going after Zubimendi, saying, he's rejected Arsenal. Then it's like he chose a better team. Then when he rejected Liverpool, now he's coming after Zubimendi. Do you remember one Steven Gerrard, the man who played his whole career at one club? Why are you faulting Zubimendi, who decided he's going to play for Real Sociedad his whole career? You should know better, Eric.
Double standards.
But anyway, with that being said, Eric Giroud, shout out. Yeah, they definitely need a CDM. And I feel, in my opinion, they might need what else? That's actually what they need. They probably have to get like another midfielder. Because if you think about it, I still feel like Endo is not going to match the way this guy plays. Which means you don't have Endo. And then you have McAllister.
And
You're left with
Szoboszlai.
McAllister and Szoboszlai. And Szoboszlai has been having a lot of muscular injuries. Like end of last season going into Euros. Even Euros, he was a doubt.
Yeah.
So they're not as stacked in that midfield department as they would, as they are up front. Up front, they're well stocked, right?
True.
But with that being said, I still believe, like, for some reason, I really believe this is going to be Curtis Jones here. Like, Curtis Jones is going to...
But if he plays as an 8, not a 6.
regardless. So you see, that means in that midfield, there's a slot for Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones to take over. But Harvey Elliott, I feel like he's much better, much more ahead. Yeah. So maybe just one more experienced head. Like a 6 is that one they need. Then another midfielder would be like, okay, now we're just like showing up because...
Actually, other than Salah and Robertson, Harvey Elliott is the other left-footed guy in the squad.
Is it?
Yeah.
In the squad?
Eh.
Acha uongo.
Aya.
Simikas.
Sasa huo si achezi like kwa first.
Oh, you mean
11
like
sasa.
first 11?
Wow. Robertson ni left back, alafu wengine wote ni
Mpaka akina Kwanza.
wote. Then midfield wote
Van Dijk.
wote right-footed. Then attack ni Salah na Elliott pekee.
Umeona nani? Ateta anacheza give your right center back. Like he did that in preseason and I think in certain bits of this game. So that's like, you know how everyone is used to having a right-footed center back everywhere or right-footed player in every position. Now, as we had a left-footed center back and right center back, which I just thought was fascinating, and I was like, why aren't more teams doing that? Or maybe because left-footed center backs are not many.
Yeah.
But you guys are doing it. You're saying you Lenny Euro for that.
Yeah, actually, even last season, was it last? Ten Hag's first season, he tried Malasi at right back. Some games it worked, some games it didn't work.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
Who
so
else?
do you think City have to sign anyone other than signing Gundo?
Yes.
Who?
Another striker. They really need one. Like that is the one position where they actually don't have they actually don't have backup. Because if something was to happen to Haaland,
They'd go back to false nines, Foden, ama KDB there.
yeah.
Alafu KDB sahi can't assure you 50 games kwa season.
50 ni mingi. Hata 30. Nampatia 30. But Ilkay is coming back. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's December period to January. Ye na Mahrez ndio walikuwa na chess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so City need a backup striker. But who can they sign?
I don't know. You see how they signed Alvarez? We didn't even know about it. Like about the
Alvarez
about them.
alikuwa ende United, by the way. Yeah. The players that Ralph wanted us to sign ni Alvarez, Nkunku, Sandabaga, who mwenye ameenda sahi Fulham. Actually, we were to get him under Ole for 1 million. Also Caicedo.
For 1 million.
Yeah, then this Mukiele guy. And the Nunes who was at PSG left back. Hao ndio players nani alisema to sign.
Alikuwa shaika list yani mzima.
But anyway, akafutwa kazi. So I think City will go to South America then and get a random guy.
Standard.
And a Van Nilsson. Then akuja Cook.
Standard. You know, lazima wafanye. So I definitely think that they need. Because if Haaland goes down even for a month.
Kwanza venye sahi play yao iko more.
But yeah, that guy will just go to Gundogan false 9. Now that I think about it.
He's back.
But they'll still need. And then you see what that false 9. The last time they did false 9, they had really fast wingers. It was Sterling and Sane. Yeah.
And they had
But
Jesus Pierre.
that's us banking on Sterling. I mean, that's us banking on Savinho actually scoring goals.
Actually even staying fit because he got off injured the Chelsea game.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the one position they need to strengthen.
Chelsea, do they need someone? I think they still need a striker.
Chelsea need a lot of things, man. They need a lot of things.
I think they still need a
They
striker
need a lot of things. They need a new changing room. They need a bigger changing room.
to accommodate all the players.
They need a bigger changing room, yeah. They need a bigger changing room. They need, in all seriousness, they definitely need a striker.
True.
That is why no one has been given the number 9 jersey, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that number 9. Who else? Who do you think?
Keeper they can replace from the 7 they have. They still have Kepa. They send someone from Villarreal. They send someone from Club Brugge. So they have options there. And in midfield, it's about finding the right person, the right personnel who can complement each
So that
other.
means they need a midfielder then.
Yeah.
They definitely need a midfielder who is not a guitar.
Yeah.
Like the other guitars.
Different profile
Yeah, you
from
need a
what they
violin.
have.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and also, do you think Spurs need someone?
Yeah. You know, Spurs are a weird case. You know, they've spent over 100 million and 100 something million, but only one is the first team player. Solanke.
Solanke. They even signed Odebat. Was it Odebat?
Yeah.
From Burnley.
So they need. These ones need a lot. They need. I don't know who's the number 2 keeper. Whoever it is, we don't know who it is.
Yeah, true.
So
The goalkeeper.
you need something like that because now you're in Europa League. Now you're like in a, or maybe they've just need an academy, a good academy. I don't know who the number 2 keeper is.
Same.
We need to find out.
They also need a backup
So you need
midfielder
that. You need backup.
because Bentancur
That
can't
6.
assure you all games. Alafu plus ako so unlucky and Umianga.
Is
Kilasa-
Oidiak still a Tottenham player?
No, they sold him to Marseille.
So that means they have who in midfield?
They sent some kid. That kid the Vicario was shouting to. Sijui jina yake.
They have, so in midfield they have Sa, they have
Bissouma,
Bissouma.
Bentancur, and
Bro,
that kid.
Bissouma needs to go, man. Hey, damn. You know, the more I think about it, I realize how Arsenal dodged bullets.
True.
Hey, Lavia. Well, Lavia has been injuries, so
Bissouma.
not really dodged. But Bissouma is a hothead.
Injuries, discipline. As
Just
in,
discipline, both
on and
discipline on
off.
the field and tactical discipline.
Yeah.
He's been banned against. He was banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely they need something in midfield. That's for sure. And who's the backup striker? Richarlison.
Richarlison, R9.
That team is also constructed weird, but at least they're not 40.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever
But
they want.
they still need some players.
Because I think on the wings they're good. So now, because Son now is left wing proper. Now that Nani is in, Dom Solanke is in, then you still have Brennan Johnson, you have Kulusevski, and you have Son, Brennan Johnson, Kulusevski.
Only wingers. They have also
There's someone I'm
Solomon.
forgetting. They have Solomon, yeah. Yeah, they have Solomon. Then right back, left back, Pedro Porro, one of the best in the league.
Spence.
Left back, Udogi, Sawa. Spence is good. Van de Ven, Romero,
Can also
you're
play
good.
there.
Who's their sub centre back? There's a guy they signed from Dragushin. Okay,
Ben Davis still there.
I think so. Nani went on a permanent. Eric Dyer.
Yeah.
So yeah, they really that number 6, that 6-8 position is something that they can improve upon.
Proven.
Yeah, for sure.